done any discrimination as such. It has not only created problem for me, I'm sure it has created problem for everyone in the industry. So for the first time, it was not any country specific or any locality specific, but it was worldwide. Whatever the downfall that we have witnessed, countries like developed countries like Japan and all like US also faced it. So when it comes to my business, when it comes to Bollywood Couch and my PR business, there are many challenges that we have faced. For an example, the Bollywood, the entire film industry was shut for more than 3-4 months. There was no shoot happening. There was no new project coming in. There was no flow of money. There was no payment. Even if my clients were expecting their payments, everything used to be at hold. So that also got reflected in my own staff. People who were there on the retainership, people whom we have been handling for years, they were not in a position to pay us. So money has come as a biggest challenge. But then we can't wait and we can't let it continue for long. So we had to find some innovative ways. We had to find some new ways to generate funds so that we can support our own staff, so that we can pay their salary. So innovation is the key, as we all know. So we have started finding out some new ways. Like, one, we members are aware, that's just one is paid partnership service that we have started. The second thing is the barter service that we have started. People, since the lockdown is for more than 5-6 months now, people are in a position, even if they have money, but they don't want to spend the money because they want to secure their life first, then spending on any other things. So for those kind of people who wants to remain secure yet they want to expand their business, we have started with the barter deal, so that they give us some vouchers or anything that they are into, and in return we provide them our service that we do. And the other thing what we did is, like, digital is the key. Because of this pandemic, the entire world has moved into digital platform. We were fortunate enough that we were already there on the digital platform. We have already created a name and a niche for ourselves, so that people could recognize us and people could come to us. And the other thing, what have impacted us more being into PR, that most of the this residential complexes, the buildings did not allow the newspaper to come in, which has impacted the publication industry, especially the print media hit like anything. You can see the number of pages that Times of India used to have, that has reduced drastically. Same way it has happened with Hindustan Times or DNA or Indian Express everywhere. At the same time, since the numbers have been reduced, so there is no space to cover news or cover our artist or our client that we are handling. So we had to bank and focus more on digital. That as an innovative tool, or as a digital way, we have come up with more and more live shows so that we can bring our clients more closer to their fans. Since we are all locked inside our respective places, we are spending more time digitally, we are spending more time on our social medias, we are spending more time on our mobile. As a result, it is a win-win situation for the clients to become more closer to their fans. At the other hand, the fans can also get to see more about their favorite actor or actresses or singer or musician, whoever it is. And the other thing that we have come up was to collaborate more, to have more and more partners, not only from the same field, but we also try to experiment to collaborate with people from different fields. So one example that I would like to share is, though Bollywood Couch is mainly a baby from entertainment industry, but we have also focused on education, because education is something which is relevant to all. And people nowadays, they don't want to pursue traditional mode of studies, right? Everybody wants to study, like something new. Like, people are open to study sound engineering, people are open to study PR and media management, people are open to study digital media. So we have come up with workshop, short-term workshop with expert from particular domain, and we are tying up with colleges and offering education course. Small modules that we have created, like one particularly only for the power of networking, because networking is something which we have learned that is the most essential tool to run your business. It doesn't matter which industry you belong to. If you have a proper set of network, if you have a proper set of contacts, then you can run your business and you can become sustainable in a very short span of time. So education is something that we have innovated and come. And the other one is paid workshop we have done for people who wants to be a part of this entertainment industry, who wants to be a part of Bollywood. So we have got people like makeup artists, the people nowadays, it's like जो दिखता है वही बिकता है. You have no choice but to look good. Earlier, it used to be like simple living, high thinking, but I would say, today's scenario, it is high living and high thinking. You can't do that simple living thing for, anymore, you know. So, makeup artist, and to learn makeup, to know how to, make yourself look better or look best is also a key. So we have started with those kind of workshop. We have done it in Nagaland. Now I'm going to do it in Assam. And the other thing that we have is focusing on the unexplored areas. Since I'm from Assam, and as I already mentioned that I'm based in Mumbai, and Bollywood couch is specific to Bollywood, but then I have decided to explore more in Northeast. Northeast is comparatively still a virgin market, and people are more prone to learn new things because they are creatively much more inclined. So as a result, we have started the workshop in Nagaland. I'm going to do it in Assam. Also, I have decided to, bring the artists in from Northeast India and give them a platform through our live programs, through our web portal and everything, so that they can reach out to more people out there. So, which is anyway an objective for Bollywood Couch, to bridge the gap between Bollywood and Northeast. So that is other thing that we have been doing, and we are, getting more and more traffic to our site. We are getting more people to join hands. We have got more associates to join hands, not only from Mumbai but also from many other states from Northeast. I am now currently working with someone from Sikkim, and I look forward to do something similar in Sikkim also. So it's like innovation is the key and digital is the way. These are the two things that we have, been experimenting and learning, and we could sustain.
Okay. So it's
You.
wonderful. You have really taken a lot of efforts to, get involvement from various people from different parts of the country. So now, next question I have with Ruchika. So, Ruchika, I would like to know, you are a happiness coach. So that's the reason I'm asking this question to you. So, what is me time and how important is it for every woman?
Sure. So, Chitali, first of all, I would like to rephrase it. It is important not just for every woman, but for every person. Okay. More so for women because we are donning various roles and we hardly take care of ourselves. We've always been brought up in such environment and with such conditioning that we don't really take care of ourselves. Now, as a happiness coach, I always say that you can pour water from a jar. Jar has water in it. Same way, you can make others happy only when you are happy yourself. And that me time is for you to do things that you love doing, that make you happy. That's why it is so very crucial. It could be anything. It could be cooking, it could be painting, it could be trying your hand at learning something new, maybe coding, it could be anything. But whatever makes you happy. So actually speaking, I have a disclaimer here. During lockdown, for me time was just to relax. Just to relax and do nothing. Just laze around for that 1 hour. Because obviously there was so much of household chores to be done. A lot of the business work obviously was there. And with so much of chaos around, I would just take that 1 hour and just lie on my lounge and do nothing. And I loved that. I am continuing with that even now. And I always say,
Wow.
obviously the duration has come down. It's not 1 hour now, right? But yes, it does make a difference when we know what is it that makes us happy. And this me time can be utilized to figure out what is it that makes you happy.
That's true. That's true. So next I have a question with Manjari ji. For how you are, you said since last so many years you're running your girls' hostel. How did you manage the same along with your job in RBI and with your family?
Uh, Actually, my hostel, it was started in 2002. So I have managed my balance between my job place and my home. Actually, from the very beginning, I stick to that what I eat, I should serve the same food to the girls at lunch and dinner. Otherwise, my helpers will keep the quality will be down. Because so before going to office, I taste all the items and then it was served to them. So till date, nobody can complain about my food. I give them the healthy and organic food always, because which are rich in calcium and other minerals, because they are our future mothers of our society. So I used to go to markets to collect the good vegetables and all, and now I am a retired person. So anytime I'll go to the market and I'll collect the main vegetables and all, and I have interest in cooking also. So just I'm passing my time like this, and so actually I find very pleasure to be with them, and by cooking themselves and all, like this only I'm passing my time now. And so the balancing my time between my job and my home, it's quite easy. If I can balance it, if some routine will be there, and it is quite easy for me.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, next, I would like to ask Sanchali. You are an engineer and MBA. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You are an engineer and MBA. You had been working in various Indian corporate and multinationals like Cognizant, L&T, Infotech, and many more. You also worked in abroad, and you were actually doing very well being a business analyst. Then what is that thought that made you to decide that you want to become an entrepreneur?
Very good and valid question. To become an entrepreneur was definitely something which I wanted to become, because after doing my engineering, I immediately did my MBA, because I wanted to do something of my own. But after completing the MBA, I wanted to get an experience in the corporate world. Hence, I worked in various industry, and definitely I got to got the comments that why being an engineer I'm working in banking or manufacturing or real estate or educational company, because these were not according to people, these are not what I'm supposed to do, but I knew what I'm doing. While working in various industries, various companies, I realized that I have done best in whatever I want to do. I was a top rated employee, but still I found there is something that is missing. In spite of earning so much, my last designation was senior manager in L&T Infotech. I realized working in corporate was no more challenge for me. I found there was a saturation for me in learning new things, because I found after a particular level, it is more of people management rather than learning new things. I realized my hunger was to learn more and face more challenges. If my hunger was to earn money, I could have changed the job and I could have just keep on shifting the job and would have earned more, but that was not my passion. I realized after 14 years that my passion is to keep learning, to take new challenges and give something to the society, which has helped me to decide to quit the job and start my own. But the question was what to start. I thought that the knowledge is something, more you share, more you gain. So every day will be a learning if I am around the future generation who are our kids. So I utilized my vast industry experience supported by my academics, and I started the Mericode Educational Technology Company and also became an internationally certified QMath expert and started my own QMath center. So that was the drive, my passion, and my hunger for the learning and taking challenges.
Superb. So this is wonderful, Sanchali, and I must say she has really worked hard after she left her job, and she actually for I think 2 3 months she gave a lot of her time in learning new things, and which is very important. Like people say, "Ki, I know everything." That is not the, even today I'm learning. Today I will be learning till my till end of my life. So learning never stops. That's very important. So next, I would like to ask Jutika. Um, you have 2 kids, right?
Yes.
We all know we women, especially during pandemic, have additional domestic activities to be managed. How do you manage your time at the same time? How do you maintain your business activities?
It was so challenging that I have no words. Especially, when we have got 2 kids. My son is still okay because he's 10 years old. But for my daughter, it was very challenging because she was studying in pre-primary. So pre-primary environment was like very lovey-dovey when the teacher will come and cuddle them, kiss them. No, she's very much used to that. And now, before completion of her senior KG, she has been transferred or she has been promoted to class 1, and we all know that class 1 is all about like serious studies. So till date I need to sit beside her because she does not know how to take instruction from teacher. So this is one thing, which I found very challenging. Early in the morning at 8:30 a.m. I need to wake her up, I need to make her fresh, I need to make her wear uniform, and then I need to sit beside with her for all the classes. That is like, I can't tell you how challenging it is. you know And in addition to that, this domestic chores, household work, this is like something which is never ending. I remember reading one article by this Coca-Cola lady. She said that this the kitchen work is something which is unacknowledged and thankless job. It is in a way, it is better that we go out, because the moment we go out, we are fully focused on what we are supposed to do. But when you are at home, there are so many disturbances. You can't focus on anything. Even if I need to write an article, maybe I'll have to wake up 5 times, 6 times. Even the doorbell will, ring. I am the only one who will have to go. If the kid, if my youngest one is in the toilet, I'll have to go to help her to clean herself. So there are many things. But then, as women, which I always believe firmly, and which I always say, that we are very much multitasker by birth. And as a woman, we do not tend to try a limit. So this pandemic is a situation, or is a moment in life where we have learned to stretch our limit, and we have learned to, understand how much capabilities we have. So from cooking to maintaining the household, doing the shopping, whether it is offline or online, but you will have to apply your brain, right?
Yeah,
You will have to see what is there in the kitchen and what got over. So there are many things to be done here. Then with the kids also, school, the way they behave as if the parents have got a stationery shop at home. Every day for the project, there are so many requirements. I swear I'm telling you, they behave as if I own a stationery shop, man. Out of the blue, they will come up and say, Mom, I want this, I want that. From where will I bring? I need a time limit, right? I need a period so that I can fetch those things and give it to him. And then projects are always for moms. It was never for the kids. We are the one we'll have to sit beside and we'll have to make them do. And now my son is having his exam. Today he had Sanskrit. And I'm telling you how bad it was for me. Like for past 2 days, I had to make him like this and study Sanskrit. So it's like I'm trying my all limits. I'm trying my entire limits, yet I'm remaining focused. I'm doing, small exercise in the morning where my friend like Hia, Manjari's daughter, she has, given me one very good practice to do in the morning. It's like count your blessings, do count 10 blessings every morning, new blessings every morning. I cannot repeat the yesterday's one, but I tend to find 10 new blessings every morning, which I do. And that is, keeping me very positive and motivated. And the second thing I do is like what to be done for today. Be it for my entire team to tell them what to do, that I decide in the morning before I wake up. Because once I get busy with the household work, then I tend to forget, what was there to start from and what was left. So it's better if I started in the morning and keep on doing. So it's like a calendar that we have fixed in our mind. For son, so and so things, for daughter, so and so, for myself, so and so, for Bollywood Couch, so and so, for my own job, consultancy job, so and so. And then, I am a very proactive person. Even if my reporting boss, because my entire reporting team is there in Japan, and because of pandemics, they have also gone through lots of crises. So there is no much communication with them. But I cannot sit like this. I need to be proactive, and I need to keep on doing something so that I do justice to the payment that I am getting, right? I cannot just keep on taking the money without even doing anything and without even proving my worthness. So that way I need to keep on doing and brainstorming to find out some new ways so that we remain relevant, be it digitally or or maybe by interacting with new people, or by venturing out with some NGOs, or interacting with new set of people who may be our prospective clients tomorrow. So that way, one calendar has been fixed in the morning. Then I make dot, and I tend to follow them. And in the evening, I go out for walk, and then I rehash things. So this is how I have been managing.
So
I'm grateful that I could do it and I could sustain.
So important is being focused, passionate, and yes, to-do list is very important, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So next question is to Ruchika. Ruchika, you are in finance and you have been equity research analyst. How did you come in travel business?
Okay, so yes, I'll give you a very honest answer to that. The answer lies in my childhood. So I was never a very girly girl. Okay, I did not get well with the household chores and everything. So I actually could not become like my mom. And as children, we actually idolize our parents. Okay, so if I could not become like my mom, I thought, let me become like my dad. And my dad had a business of his own. Okay, so my dad actually did not just have a business. Prior to his business, he has also worked in the corporate world for some time, and then he started his business. Okay, so this is the same thing that I followed, because as children, we usually try to emulate the same formula for success that our parents have set as an example. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to start my own business. And when I had spent around 6 years in the corporate world, I took a break. I said, okay, let me take a sabbatical and think, now what? What next? And I said, okay, business to karna hi hai, so why not now? And then I listed down all my qualities and all my wants, all my desires. And then I did the mix and match thing, and I realized that travel is something that I have been passionate about. And if I become a travel consultant, then I'm able to use my skills of researching, profiling, understanding, talking, marketing, a whole lot of gamut of services I will be able to provide to people just through travel consultation. So that's how I decided upon Travel Dosti, ATC.
Wow, that's really great. The next question I would have for Manjari, did you have face any challenges during pandemic related to girls hostel, and how did you overcome them if yes? Manjari?
Sorry?
Manjari? Yeah.
Yes.
So I was asking you, did you face any challenges during pandemic during related to girls hostel, and how did you overcome them?
During this time, actually the whole world is highly affected. Uh, Actually now at my hostel, only the working girls are here because the colleges are all closed. So I have to sanitize the rooms also of the girls. And so always I keep sanitizers at the gate. And also I give them liquid soap at every floor to maintain their hygiene. And also I have to give them a healthy food also, all the things I have to see. And I have many helpers also. And I have to give them salary. What I did, all the college girls who are away from my hostel, I told them to pay only the seat rents. And they send the seat rents every month. And from there, I used to pay to my helpers. This way, I have managed my income and the expenses. And also, little bit problems are there, but somehow I have managed it by this way. And by this regularly I am paying to my helpers, and they are also paying their dues regularly. And the working girls are here only. They regularly paid their dues. So it is not a big problem for me now at present. At the beginning, it was a problem, but now I have managed.
Okay. So, so this is the way you have managed. And frankly speaking, I have seen a lot of challenges do come, but the pandemic has really, made us learn a lot of new things actually. So, like,
Yes.
let me tell you, Manjari, what happened is, I don't know, that time you were not there. We had organized this V event, and immediately after that, on 18th of March, we had organized this, and 16th March, I had to cancel this event
Yes.
with a lot of expenses and everything already being done. Seriously, for 1.5 months, I really didn't knew what to do. But yes, this pandemic has actually taught that everything is possible. You know, we can do, if we want to do something, we can definitely do it, and we can find our ways.
There is a way.
Yes.
Yes.
Next question I have with Sanchali. Sanchali, what challenges did you face when you decided that you want to start your own? Was it easy? And then this pandemic has come. How did you manage all these challenges?
Definitely nothing is easy to start. The first challenge is to accept that the fixed salary which I was getting will not come every month, whether I work or not. Acceptance from the family and the friend that I am now moving from a stable job to an own business. I was not sure how it will work when I started. So I would say it requires a lot of courage to leave a job when you're earning so well, when you're doing so well in job. But I believe that you should take new challenges or look for the transformation when you're doing your best. For example, like as we all are aware, Sachin Tendulkar retired from international cricket after India won 2011 World Cup. So he was at the highest moment. So I was at the highest moment that time I left. So with all enthusiasm, I started my own business last year. But within short span of time, we were hit by this pandemic this year. But I somehow knew that due to the situation that I have faced in the corporate, that experience that I had in the corporate, I knew that adapting to the change will only help me. And being I had an experience, I have created my own e-learning website, Merico.in. Thereby there was I have reduced my investment costs there. And although pandemic has done lot of changes in many lives, but it has also given an opportunities to many people who can think out of the box in this challenging period. For example, if you see, education was always perceived that it is a classroom learning. Kids can learn only when they are in the classroom. But now we have this change in attitude that yes, they can also learn through the virtual channels like online schools and online classes. So definitely pandemic has given us an opportunity, and it has given us a continuous learning. Like we are learning every day, and being a woman, we are always doing multitasking. So now not only us, people at home has also realized that along with the official work, we can do the household chores even in the absence of the domestic help. So key points that I would say to manage like in this pandemic or any other change in life is to accept the change first. The acceptance is important. Then you have to adapt to the change. How you are going to adapt, what you are going to do. then take this opportunity to learn new things, because learning is a continuous process, and share the knowledge that you have with others, because with the sharing only you will gain more. And take my words, you get a different level of satisfaction when you share your own knowledge. So that's what is my points that too I wanted to say.
Thank you, Sanchali. Wonderful. Yes, we have to keep on learning. That's very important. So now, last round of question, Ruchika. Since the travel industry was a hit on a big way during pandemic, how did you manage the challenges, and what message you want to give to our women entrepreneurs?
Sure, Chaitali. So Chaitali, travel industry was the first to get hit. Okay. And fortunately, unfortunately, I had known about the effects that the pandemic is going to have on our lives a little earlier than the rest of the, other industries. So what Sanchali just mentioned, I first of all just looked at things and accepted that, okay, this is how it is going to be. Let me first accept it, take a deep breath and just accept it. Because travel is one of those few industries which has been impacted absolutely, like 100%. And I will not I'll disclose the thing here that I have not earned even a rupee because people wouldn't travel, right? So first of all, I accepted this, and then I said, okay, if not travel, why was Travel Dosti etc there? To make people happy. I like to make people happy when they are traveling. So let me keep the purpose the same and look at the other avenue that I have. I had recently become a counselor. So I said, let me diversify, which is obviously your next panel's topic. So I diversified towards counseling. I said, okay, let me keep Travel Dosti etc on hold here. When I mean by hold, I don't mean that I did not do the promotions. The digital promotions are very important aspect of my business, my venture. So they were all on, but I had to accept कि मैं कितना भी कर्म कर लूं, फल मुझे अभी नहीं मिलने वाला है. So the karma philosophy to picture there. And counseling again was a challenge for me because I was new to it, and to conduct online sessions was something that I'm not so comfortable with, because I like to meet people. I like to get the vibrations. I like to study their entire body language and all. But yeah, once I started, I realized that this is also helpful, and this was a good opportunity for me to reach out to many. When I'm doing an offline session, there wouldn't be many people who would be able to come and join. But when I'm doing an online session, it was also my mother's friends whom I could invite for a session, right? It was also my niece's friends who I could call for a session. So this is what I thought, let me look at the opportunity, which is disguised in the form of the problem, the pandemic, and I was able to carry on.
Definitely, Ruchika, we would really like to have one of the session with for our V members, maybe sometimes next month. Yeah.
Would love to do that.
Yes. So dear all, you will find Ruchika's services enlisted in V's e-commerce platform, www.v-online.com. Next, I would request Sanchali if you have any message for our women entrepreneurs.
Yes, definitely. I would like to give a message to the women entrepreneurs that never give up. Keep trying, because this is what I keep on telling my students as well. Because we learn from the mistakes. If we are not making mistakes, we will not learn anything. It is like in coding, like I teach coding. In the coding also, I tell them you have to give a try. If it is wrong, then also it's fine. So definitely it applies to our life as well. Keep trying, make mistakes, learn from mistakes, because learning is a continuous process. And also to women or anybody who is not a proficient in the digitization, try to learn from your kids if you're not that proficient, because I must say I have been day in and day out with all the kids. I must say they are the best teachers when it comes to the digitization or the computers or online. And definitely challenges will come, challenges will not pandemic, something else, but using a right approach, we can definitely overcome any challenge in the life. And I would really thank V for giving me such an opportunity for the panel discussion, to be a part of the panel discussion, and also thankful to V to give me a chance to develop the website, which is vonline.com, wherein we are helping women to grow and we are listing their products there. And definitely I would request you all to go in there, because we do not have the products which is normally there everywhere. It's like exclusive products. Just go on our website v-online.com. You please go there, and I feel proud that I have created that, and people are seeing on that, people are getting help because of that website. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanchali. Let me tell you, everybody, that Sanchali's education courses are also enlisted on these e-commerce platforms. So please visit the website www.wwe-online.com. So next, I would request Jutika to give message for women entrepreneurs, and let me invite you all for tomorrow's talk show organized by Jutika's Bollywood Couch, where we is community partner. Jutika, along with your message to women entrepreneurs, request you to please share details about the event tomorrow as well.
Yeah, so, I would like to, share 2-3 things, which is from my own learning. So first one is, if you are planning to start something, then start it now. Don't wait for the right time to come, because there is nothing called right time in this world. Don't delay it. I have taken long in starting Bollywood Couch. I have waited for years, but I don't want you guys to commit the same mistake. So if you are really keen to, if you really have a dream, or if you are really planning to start something, start it now, today and now. And second thing, what I would like to say is, like, please do network. I have seen men, they're going and doing networking and meeting. But we ladies, we tend to lag behind that. I don't understand why. If you want to be in the business community, if you want to, take your venture into the next level, then networking is the only key. You'll have to go and network. You'll have to be proactive enough. You'll have to be, smart enough to go and, hand over your business card. Please don't wait for the person to come and ask, who are you and where are you from? So be proactive, go and approach and share your business card. And third thing, this has happened with me after I became a mom. So we tend to feel very guilty. If I have some work and if I come home late, so I feel very guilty. Oh my God, pata nahi bachche ne khaya nahi, if they have gone to sleep and all. But my husband, I have never seen him having that guilt conscience at all. We women have been brought up in such a way that we tend to feel guilty in every step of our life. But whatever the things that we are doing, if I flourish tomorrow, if I can give a better life to my kids, so it is also their benefit, right? It's a journey for the entire family. It is not my own sole journey. It is, everyone should be involved, and I shall not feel guilty about it. This I have learned recently from my Japanese counterpart. So I just want to impart it to you all. Don't feel guilty about your work. Be proud of it, and please continue doing the and giving your best. We are multitaskers by birth, and we can do many things at a time. So as Chaitalaji has already mentioned, so tomorrow we are going to have our live session. It's Bollywood Couched Instagram live session with Miss Cuba International 2016. She is also the Ocean Ambassador. She is also a model, a choreographer, an actor, a model, and a TEDx speaker. She is Varsha Rajkua from Pune. She has got this crown for the first time on behalf of India. So being an Indian, we all are proud that one young girl from Pune could bring Miss Cuba International glory to India. So I would request all of you to log into our Instagram page and join us and listen her inspiring story, how a girl from Pune could become an international celebrity. And we is the community partner. I'm so glad to be associated with we, and I'm so glad to be part of today's panel discussion. I really learned a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jutika. Thanks a lot. So finally, Manjari ji, since you are a singer, we would like to request you to please give a message to women entrepreneurs through one line of your song.
Thank you. I'm giving a message through a song, that Ravindra Sangeet. Aji tu jodi tur dak shuni kyun na ashe, tabe ekla chalo re. Jodi tur dak shuni kyun na ashe, tabe ekla chalo re. একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো রে যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে যদি কেউ কথা না কয় ওরে ও ভাগা কেউ কথা না কয় যদি সবাই থাকে মুখ ফিরিয়ে সবাই করে ভয় যদি সবাই থাকে মুখ ফিরিয়ে সবাই করে ভয় তবে পরাণ খুলে ও তুই মুখ ফুটে তোর মনের কথা একলা বলো রে যদি তোর ডাক শুনি কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে যদি তোর ডাক শুনি কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে Actually, women are the largest preserver of talent in the world, and we all are enough alone. We just need to take a step and start, and the rest will follow. So, cheers to all the wonderful women of WEE, and thanks to all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we'll just quickly take up a couple of questions before we wind up. You can, put to the chat section, and I would invite you to the screen if you have any questions. So any questions, ladies and gentlemen as well? Seems no questions. So anyway, I will post the feedback form. You can please write your questions over there. And frankly, to summarize, yes, accept the challenges and diversify. Never give up. Learn from mistakes. Important is do it now. Whatever you want to start, do it now. And networking is very important. Be proud of your work, whatever you're doing. And yes, if nobody comes along with you, do it alone. So the thing is that अगर कोई support भी नहीं होता है ये उसने मुझे help नहीं किया support नहीं किया मैं कैसे आगे बढ़ूं नहीं it is not required. I am self sufficient. I can do it. That's very important. So thank you, lovely panelists, and I would request to please stay there because we have another round of panel discussion, which is wonderful. Great experts are waiting for us. So let me tell you, repeat that we have two associate events tomorrow, Tattva 2020 Pratibimb and Talk Show with Bollywood Couch. If you want to attend them and get details, you need to fill up the feedback form. Ladies and gentlemen, our expert speakers on importance of diversification and business are waiting. So some of you who joined just now or few minutes back, for them, I would like to repeat the online rules. Request you all to kindly mute yourself. Exit speakers, request everyone also to switch off your videos. Attendees, I request you kindly take your pen and paper so that you can ask questions at the end of the session.